Good morning traders, and this is your Forex day trade setup for today. So still got a very busy chart here with the different levels. Just wanted to highlight, we got the bounce off the bottom level, bottom of channel, and we pretty much, there was profit taking at the first level, but it did spike through to the second level here, and we'll get that on the hour. What's happening now is we're back in the middle of the range, so it's looking like another sit on hand situation. Okay, so looking at the hour, this is why your levels are so important. So we got to the bottom here, bounced up, pulled back onto the breakout, and then had a pretty decent pop to the different levels. Okay, we fell just short of 119.12, and we're now back on the moving average here. And I think this is a wait and see situation at the moment. We do have potential for a second leg of this spike down, and we've also got potential for a second leg of this move up. So what you want to be doing now is just clear out your chart, come back to the 8 hour, and have a look what levels are here. So you can see there's quite a few tails here, but we closed below it. So take that out of the equation. Look for a tail that's hanging down. There's one there, there's one there. That seems to be the level that we are focused on at the moment. So that is 118.192. And if we come to the 1 hour, you'll see there's a little bit of fine tuning here. There's the 1 hour break there. Okay, that's pretty much good enough for me. We've had a decent bounce off that. I want to see if we can come back, structure, and move to the upside. So in other words, what I'm looking for is a higher low and then another attempt at this level up here. Okay, so watch 118.192, 118, 107. If you do get any bullish price action in this area, then it's move up. Right now it's barbed wire. It could also defend this little triangle that it's doing here for a move up as well, but very volatile at the moment. US dollar, Japanese yen, nothing really to add to here. We're still going sideways, still in this triangle, still money in pocket for me. Nothing worth trading there at all, not even going to bother with that. Pound USD, again another trade that worked out pretty well. So we had the bounce down yesterday, we moved up to the two levels, so we were looking at two levels. This was the first one, 130.192, the second one was up there at 135.63, moves across to the hour, and you'll see we had an extended period of time at this level here in the moving average, and we were looking for a breakout of these two fractal levels here. Okay, and that's pretty much what happened. We got one here, break and a retest. Retest was all the way up into that swing low and a move to the downside. What are we looking for today? There is a level where we could find some support, which is right over here, and if you look to left, you can see quite a bit of support here. So I would be inclined to believe that we're going to have some kind of a bounce up here, but by the looks of things, of the power of this move, probably a little bit of a move up and then another attempt at this level and probably bounce around. And if we break through this level, there's more downside. Otherwise, we were looking to short onto this level until we get through it. What I mean by that is basically just sell the pullbacks. Okay, so if I use these levels here, there is one there and there is one there. Okay, so we're looking for a move back up into 128.844, 129.187. Okay, and I just want to get this diagonal in as well. Make sure we're not missing something here. Okay, I would say that that failed. It was a breakout, but it did fail. So that would also be an area that you need to pay attention to, which is going to be on the moving average. So this is the level you need to pay attention to, 128.844. Any bearish price action off there, you're looking for another move down to 127.649. Okay, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Yesterday we had this bit of congestion here. Let's just keep that level in. Let's keep the channel in and delete the rest of the noise. I think this one can go as well. Okay, so what we do have here is had this barbed wire, which is basically a sit-on-hand situation, and then we had this acceleration away. So in my books, we've had a retest of a level, we've had a breakout of a channel, and it has been confirmed by making a new high. Okay, you can see price has made a new high there. So bring it back to the hour. How do we trade this? With a big pinch of salt. So this kind of stuff is not what I trade. Okay, and we're doing it again. So this was an acceleration going into the close. So for me at the moment, it's probably going to be a bit of a patient game here, but it is a structure. So we want to see how this is defended. If this area 109094 is defended properly, we should expect more upside. Only if we start breaking below these swing lows here do we need to start worrying about going back into the channel, and that is 108764. Yeah, interesting one. I think probably leave it alone today. But I think what we're going to have is we're going to have an extended period of consolidation today. So same as what we've had here, we're going to have more consolidation. So I think the one that interested me is the pound still. So British pound, Japanese yen, you can see again, classic, beautiful setup. Okay, squirt down, nice move up into an area of resistance, which was support, and then a rejection off there. So that was a pretty good setup at the moment. You can see the extended range up, spike, range, and then down. Okay, so what would I be looking for? Pretty much the same scenario here. Looking for a pullback, and we can just use this level here. I'm looking for a pullback back into 136763, or alternatively 137083 for another move to the downside. Okay, so this is trending quite nicely to the downside. Pretty volatile, but that's pretty much what I'm looking for at the moment. Aussie dollar, US dollar, nothing really going on there. You can see we're still range bound, big tails up, big tails down, big moves up, big moves down, big confusion, hovering on the moving average. Moving average is flat. There's so much there that just tell you to stay away from it. And even on the hour, you can see we had the spike up, pull back onto the moving average, and probably onto supports, I would say. No, not really. Further back, yes, over here, onto support, bounced off it, and now we're below that support again. Yeah, I'm not really bothered with this. It does look like it's forming a pretty interesting inverse head and shoulders still. So remember what I said to you, there was a shoulder, here's a head, and now it's looking like another shoulder forming, although it has formed a new high here. So yeah, you can't really, it's broken below what would have been the shoulder, which is here. It's broken below that, so that's no longer in play, but this level's definitely in play. So we're going to need to break above 072978 and start moving up nicely before I start looking at that anyway. Okay, last one is pound Aussie dollar, another good one. You can see sharp moves down, bit of a retracement back onto level. You can see there were multiple levels here, 1, 2, 3. If we just move that level down there, you can see we had one which attempted that one, and then it broke through to the next level higher. You can see there it was attempting this one, got above it. What time was that? 11, 12, so sort of midday European time, just before ECB actually. So yeah, that is pretty much what drove that down. So something obviously happened around Brexit as well. So you can see a nice trend. This is exactly what we're looking for. Beautiful downtrend, looking for bearish price action. There's your two bearish bars right there, off a level, and that was your signal to take it and down. Okay, for me, need pullbacks now, and the pullback is something like that. So the closest pullback I've got here, just double check. Oh, okay, there we have some structure here, and just make sure there's nothing further along. Quite a bit of structure. You can see here. See all these tails. So those two levels are pretty well defined. So we're looking for a pullback back onto 177623. Alternatively, a pullback back onto 178176. Just be wary. This is an exhaustion bar. Okay, so just be very wary about that one. So I'd want to see a nice big pullback before another move to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of my view today. It's the pound that's on fire at the moment, so it is getting a bit of pain. So you might as well just ride those shorts where you can. And that's pretty much my view for today. Anyway, hope it helps, and we will catch up with you next week. Cheers for now.